Hey, what's up? Robert here with another Photoshop tutorial from robertsproductions.net, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to swap faces in Photoshop with absolutely no surgery or no fees involved. So we're going to be trying to accomplish something along the lines like this. I switched this girl's face with this girl's face, and here are the ending results. So we're going to be trying to do something like that here in Photoshop. So this is my second attempt. Hopefully it's a little bit more in detail. As the other one I did a while back, and I didn't know as much as I know now in Photoshop. So let's begin. We're going to be switching out Nicolas Cage's face with John Travolta's face. So the first step we need to do is come over here and grab the lasso tool. We're going to make sure the feather is set to 5 pixels, okay? And we're going to go around John's face, trying to select as many facial features as we can. We can select a little bit of his forehead and just a little bit of his chin, but not the whole thing. Just go around his face, just like that. And now we're going to go up here to edit, copy. Now I'm going to open Nicolas Cage's face, and we're all done with John's face, so I'm just going to simply hide him, create a new layer, and then we're going to go to edit, paste. So now we have John Travolta's face right in front of Nicolas Cage's face. So now it does not match up as good as we would like it to be. And once again, when you are swapping faces, you want to make sure that the face is pointing the same direction. So as you can see here, both faces are looking in the same direction. He's not looking all the way to the right, and he's not looking all the way to left or up, and they're both the same direction. And that's something that you want to keep in mind when you're swapping faces here in Photoshop. Another thing that I want to keep in mind is that sometimes you need to practice a little bit more if you want to include glasses or facial hair, including beards. So, okay, now the next thing we want to do with John's face is we want to line it up. So we're going to free transform it here. And I just like to bring the opacity down a little bit just so I can see a little bit of Nick's face, and just so I know where to line up the eyes. So I'm going to rotate it here just a little bit. Try to line up the mouth. Maybe bring this in a little bit. Bring this down. Right around there. So we can bring the opacity back up. And now there we have his face. But it looks like he had a towel or some sort of object over his face that stayed on. So now he's got sunburn on his forehead and his chin, but not his face. So we need to match the colors of his face to the colors of this of Nick's head, which is pretty red. So we're going to use a combination of tools here. We're going to use the hue and saturation tools and the brightness and contrast tools. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I have my face layer selected, and matter of fact, I'm going to rename it as face. Then I'm going to go to layer, new adjustment layer, hue and saturation. Now I want to make sure use previous layer to create clipping mask is checked, and then click OK. Now I'm going to set these up. Let's see what we can do with these, and just try to match up as much as you can the facial color, which in this case is really red. Okay, so that's pretty good, because we are going to now adjust the brightness and contrast. So we're going to once again go to layer, new adjustment layer, brightness and contrast, and once again check the use previous layer to create clipping mask checkbox, and then click OK. And now we're going to adjust the brightness and contrast. Let's see what we can do here too. Negative around there. Let's bring up the contrast just a little bit. Okay, and that matches up with the face pretty good. We're basically done. We can optionally go over here and select the burn tool, and range at midtones, exposure 50, make sure the face layer is selected, and we can just kind of burn some areas that are a little bit too bright, that do not match up with the face. Another thing we can do is select the eraser tool, make sure that the hardness is set to 0 and the master diameter depending on what you want to do. I'm going to have it set at 35. It depends on the image size, and basically just erase out some facial features that you really don't need from John's face. like that is overlapping a little bit, so we just erase that out. Okay. And you can also sharpen the face if it's a little bit blurry. You can go to filter, make sure the face layer is selected, filter, sharpen, sharpen, and that just sharpens up the face a little bit more to make it look even a little bit more realistic. But in this case, I think we don't really need the sharpen as much. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So we've simply took John Travolta's face and put it onto Nicolas Cage's head. So check it out. Here's our before and here's our after. Our before and after. Okay, pretty awesome. We've successfully transferred faces. Now hopefully you can too. So I hope this helped. Like I said, the more you practice, the more able you will be to start swapping faces to another head with facial hair. And if you do have facial hair, all you have to do is erase the section of the new face that covers the mustache or beard, and then you'll be able to swap the hair. And then in case of glasses or sunglasses, you can use the lasso tool or pen tool, carefully select the glasses and copy them, then paste them above the new face and place them as you see fit. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. My email address is robert@robertsproductions.net. My website is robertsproductions.net. Like I said, this is my second attempt at this tutorial. Hopefully it was more detailed and more in-depth. The other tutorial was a little bit, kind of out in the open. I tried to do that on my own, and I wasn't as good as I am now in Photoshop. I'm a little bit more, I've been using it for a while. So I hope this helped. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.